presentation of the National Football League.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Here's Tremont Smith with the return. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Well, here come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out, our 2023 Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now in his third season out of Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion, but this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on the route. C.J. was unique in that way. And that skill set has been a big part of his success. The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. Seahawks bringing the pressure, and they got him. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with Sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Shotgun now for Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he's out of bounds before he could challenge for that marker. It's 4th down.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. Starts his return from the 23. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And bringing them out, one of the league's best stories from last season, wasn't he? Former number 3 overall pick, coming off that career-defining year, Sam Darnold.
He was a comeback story that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming, but he paired with head coach Kevin O'Connell, threw a whole bunch of touchdowns in Minnesota. Remember, Kate, he was an MVP frontrunner early last season. Exactly why the Seahawks targeted him, wanted him, and now have him in the fold.
Going on first, here's Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
2nd and 3 now. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. Along the sideline past midfield. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Play fake, Darnold. To the left, he's got a roll. and he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They gain 14 on the play, and it sets up Seattle with first down.
There's another Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll come up first and 10. Now Darnold off the play action. That's caught. Here's that Charbonnet. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Out of the gun. Here's Darnold. Bails out of the pocket quick. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Seahawks first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
First and 10. Darnold. And he sails that one over the end zone.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10. From the gun, Darnold. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. Defense hasn't really found its backbone yet, but maybe just a little sliver of light between the clouds here as they bring up third down.
Yeah, you're not going to likely keep points off the board, but if you can come through with one more stop and limit it to a field goal, yeah, that's at least something to build from.
Running back sent in motion left. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on fourth down. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Myers' kick is good, and that one is going to get them on the scoreboard.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. A little early momentum with that field goal.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. This makes it up to the 25. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Texans to the line. First and 10. Man in motion out of the slot. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
From the gun, Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, looks like the 30.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's good for 7 yards. And it sets up a Houston first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, Stroud. Looking to his fullback now. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Stroud throwing here on first. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Here's Stroud again. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. First give on the ground, it's what he marks. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. To the air, Stroud. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he has it down in the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try and field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fielded at the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Seahawks taking the field for their 2nd possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Daniel managed 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. From the 32. Completed over the middle. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though. Timmy Brown gets a gain of 5. 3rd down coming up.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. He's going to keep this one. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for a Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the 1st down.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now an inside give to Walker. Crosses midfield, still going. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of the broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that one.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. And they're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. Another try following the sack. Here's a screen out for Walker. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. To the left and pulled in by Cup. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Here's Darnold, 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. And again, it's Darnold. He brings it in. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
And that's good for a Seahawks. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Walker will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks break the tie here in the 1st. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks break that tie and now lead by 7.
Texans 3.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Joe. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I know we all love the big home run plays, the highlight reel plays, but as an offense, these are just the stay-on-schedule kind of plays. I love the commitment to this run game. Keep working that body. Keep working that body. Keep working that body. And eventually, you could take the will away from your opponent.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
3rd and just 2 to go. Again, it's Chubb. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
He was taken down by Boye Mafe. A gain of 3 on the play. 1st down, Houston.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that in the 1st down play.
They give inside to Chubb. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Taken down at the 45. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Shotgun now, 1st round. That's Cup. This is Kirk. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
And the Texans 1st down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can come in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Stroud. Finds him on the slant. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30. You're right at the 31. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it sets up a Houston first.
Texans.
He did such a good job, and not just hitting him in a window on that slant, in the right window, but hitting him right in time, right in a spot where he had room to run and add on to that catch.
They've got first down from the 31. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's a 10-3 ball game. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Collins got it left side. Oh, it looked like he was going to have that first, didn't it? But after the stop, they're going to be a little bit short at the 22.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Chubb. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
It's now 4th down.
Inside of field goal range, but the kicker ain't moving. They're going for this. Stroud's going to throw for it. This connects with Higgins. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And that's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Stroud to throw on 1st down. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you've got a great chance to win.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. Up and good from Fairbairn. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Seahawks start headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Darnold has him on the quick hitter. Has some daylight through the 40. And finally they get to him and send him out as this gets all the way into enemy territory. They get 40 on the big hitter. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
This is Walker on 2nd. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Play made by E.J. Speed.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Darnold with it on 3rd and short. It's complete. Play made by Cup. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Yards on the play. That's good for a Seattle Seahawks. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Seahawks now lead by 10. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks drive their lead to 11.
17. Texans 6.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. Things going well so far. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Stroud finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
He's got time here. Catch made by Woody Marks. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
Ooh, he knew he was going to pay for throwing that. I knew it from up here in the booth watching that happen. But that's an experienced quarterback. If that first primary target isn't there, make sure you find your safety valve. And that got them some yards, so taking that shot, well, it was not for nothing.
Chubb running out of the gun. Has a lane inside the 35. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
1st down, Texans.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
He finds him 6 yards on that 1st down run.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Seven yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Brought down by Malik Woolen.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third down, 1 yard to go. From the gun, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that sack.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This is going to be a 46-yarder. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Return coming from the 6. Cheeks out a 1-stop. He's stopped on the run back to the 27. The Seahawks start headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a Walker run. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Darnold. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Smith and Jigba. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Dumped off to his running back. And this one does not go far.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Now following the play, one of the Texans banged up in some pain. We're going to pause as he gets checked on. Texans to the line. 1st and 10. And up to Chubb to start the drive. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
1st and 10 from the 41. They'll run. This is Chubb. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. From the 43. That's completed right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
1st down, Texans.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Chubb gets this from the pistol. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Tackle made by Jaron Reed.
If there's ever a play we can call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the 37. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Number 13, Christian Kirk.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
First down, Stroud. He's got it over the middle. He gets this down to the 13-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
A gain of 15. And the Texans first down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Working inside the red zone. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, Marks gets it. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Houston.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. Chubb finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And he hits the extra point. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point.
16.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Give up the gut to Walker. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain, and boy, does he know how to operate in it.
25-yard line.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here's 2nd and 11. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. The intended target there was Torrey Horton. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Throwing is Darnold on third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive with Marks. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
1st down, Texans.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Texans facing a deficit near the break. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. 1st down throw by Stroud. On the quick slant here, it's Higgins. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Stroud off the play fake. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
1st down, Houston.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the 2 keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys' great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
At the 16-yard line.
Second and 6 coming up here. Again, Stroud. This one's caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Throwing again. It's Stroud. Dumps it off to his running back. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Needing 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Stroud. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on third down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this fourth down. A very short kick here from the right hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And they've taken back the lead.
Kate, if you're not going to pay a methodical drive off with a touchdown, that's the second best thing you can do. You can take all the time down, the points on the board, maybe a little momentum in heading into halftime.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
Their own 35-yard line.
Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. He'll throw it. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. All right, with 6 seconds left, we've got a timeout.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 44-yard line.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. So less than a field goal separating these teams after our first 2 quarters. As we throw to Scott Hansen with our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. While we checked in with Scott in Orlando, our 2 teams here, no doubt, made some adjustments. It's a close game here as we get ready for our 3rd quarter. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Seahawks start headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. The 3rd quarter's going to start with a run by Walker. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB's going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. From the gun, Darnold. Taking a deep shot here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Corey Horton, his intended receiver. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Intended target there was Jackson Smith-Njigba. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
So out now comes the punter. Michael Dixon will kick it away. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. Out now come the Texans on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. To the air, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's a handoff to Marks. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Stroud. Connecting on a slant. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
First down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Stroud. Here's a screen now for Chubb. Ooh, awful close to that line to gain. Stop though, made it to 46. 3rd down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Stroud on the sneak. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
To number 13, Christian Kirk. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Seahawks' 37-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Kirk in motion left. They are running from the gun with Chubb. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect with Jaden Higgins. And that brings up 4th and short.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. That force, that contact separated man from ball.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that grows the lead to 5.
That's a handful of field goals for him now, Kate. In fact, 5 in this game, and they've needed every one of them to put together the lead they do have as we sit here at this point in the game.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And some excellent work on this play. It takes him a while to get to him downfield.
A gain of 39 yards. And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Staying with Walker. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running with Walker again. And he drives that one backward on a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Play fake, Darnold. Has it down close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Quarterback never stared down the receiver, but he kept his eyes downfield until he found that open window as that crossing route finds and beats zone coverage.
Walker will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. He gets it again. And he won't get anything this time. They stop him at the 4. Back-to-back stands at the goal line, and now it's 3rd and goal.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Couldn't get it the last 2 snaps. Another shot at 6 here on 3rd and goal. They've got a man in motion. On 3rd and goal, Darnold trying to set up that screen, but it falls incomplete, and now they're facing 4th down.
It's a quarterback you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane, and he couldn't do it on that one.
Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Myers' kick is good, and that trims the lead to just a couple.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First call here coming from the shotgun. They begin the drive with Chubb. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Brought down by Ernest Jones. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Stroud completes it quick. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Seahawks with 6 DBs out there. 3rd down coming up. Pressure comes. Stroud. He's got it. Complete to Collins. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
1st down, Texans.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Here's Chubb up the middle. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Stroud now. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That was pretty cool right there. I mean, that is an underrated effort on that play from his target, hustling and bustling his way to make sure he was in the neighborhood of that throw. So the Zebras, well, they couldn't penalize the throwaway.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Completed over the middle. And will not get any further, but plenty of progress already.
Complete to Harrison Bryant. It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Houston.
Why can't we score?
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. So the offense trying to flex a little creativity on that 1st down, and the defense, well, they flex right back. No gain. 2nd down coming up.
No gain on the play.
Well, you can see he gets the ball, and he sees the defender waiting for him right on the edge. And at that point, dead on arrival. A good effort on his part to at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Chubb on second down. He hits the lane for about 7. That's going to bring up third down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Defense too much. The Seahawks dragged him down. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
The Texans set to punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make the play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 23. Finds a seam down the middle. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 32 yards. And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And in the hands of his running back, Walker. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves, and you got to be ready for that check down at all times.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. Dumped off to his running back. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Punt team on the field. And he'll try to hit this one well. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Chubb here on 1st down. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That run right there, that kind of feels like your missed opportunity defensively. Got him backed up, and you played it well enough to contain the run, but you didn't play it well enough to damage the run.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Julian Love bringing that one to an end.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun now for Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure. Let the cover guys go shut it down.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Toss play. This is Walker. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
They got out ahead of that one, and good thing, too. That effort, right? Just that pursuit, that want-to, may have prevented a big play, and instead, well, they nearly got him for a tackle for loss.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Now Darnold off the play action. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
A gain of 39 yards. That's good for a Seattle Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
Walker on 1st down. That's a nice run in there on that 7-yard gain. Make it 2nd down.
Jalen Petrie on the stop. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the 11-yard.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Straight ahead with Charbonnet. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Well, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. 1st and goal. Here's Walker. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Out of the gun. Here's Darnold. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. From the gun, Darnold. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
An important attempt coming up here for Jason Myers. This from just 23 yards away. Tracking for it, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Again, he connects with Collins. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. He'll try and run this. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. It's a gain of 4. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down throw by Stroud. Oh, he's keeping it again. It's a pickup of 26. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
A gain of 26 yards. 1st down, Texans.
I mean, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
They give inside to Chubb. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Chubb. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
You know, you call that toss play, it's almost like a challenge to cornerbacks, Kate. You're challenging their will and their want to. Can they get down there in time to make contact behind the line? In this case, well, challenge accepted, and mission accomplished.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. Got all of it, and this is good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Seahawks offense running out now. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. That's him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Darnold now to throw. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they're all the way across midfield before he is brought down. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
And the Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Play fake, Darnold. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Darnold looking to throw. He's got his man. This is Walker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
And that's good for a Seahawks.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back still doing it to this day.
Finds a big lane. And he has it all the way down to the 8. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Seahawks, first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Going to the ground again on first. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on first and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Throwing here, Darnold. Oh, he lost the football! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. And who knows what was going on there as he's finally brought down for a huge loss.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
They dodged the turnover, but still third and pretty long. They've got to figure out. Now Darnold. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Texans are going to take over after the interception. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Here's Stroud on first and 10. Right side cut by Higgins. And on first down, only gets about a yard here. And the defender there to force him out.
Out of bounds at the 21-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
They'll come to the line here, second and 9. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate. It takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's caught for the first. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
A 28-yard gain. First down, Houston.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing again, it's Stroud. Cut by Collins on the slant. And he's taken down at the 30. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Texans first down.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from first down to first down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
There's a counter give to Chubb. And a nice start here on first down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made.
Well, he was a second late to break this one downfield. Still, a quick bounce to the outside and a counter play that gained some good, positive yards.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Kirk in motion left. Chubb again on 2nd down. And only can get his yard here, Brock. It's going to be third down.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
To the air, Stroud. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Stroud's going to throw for it. And they get to him on fourth down. It's a sack and a turnover on down.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. Keepy's still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And a nice drive last time out, Brock, squandered by that interception. So I think they take a repeat of everything except that final play. Ball at the 33 for first down. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
On 2nd and 10 now, Darnold. That's Cup on the slant. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I think one of my first welcome to the NFL moments, Kate, was my first rookie mini camp. And in the West Coast system, and Mike Holmgren, who taught like Bill Walsh, it wasn't just getting a completion. It was putting it right on the spot so the receiver could do damage like we just saw.
And in the hands of his running back, Walker. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that's not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And again, it's Darnold. Finds him on the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going on first. Here's Darnold. That's incomplete left side. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And now they face second down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
2nd and 10. Darnold. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on and on.
He'll throw it. He sends this one to the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
that's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
An important attempt coming up here for Jason Myers. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. Got all of it, and this is good! And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Okay, remember when Sebastian Janikowski was taken his first round by the Raiders? It was because he could make kicks of this distance. Today, boy, we see kickers seemingly every week getting this job done, but it doesn't in any way minimize the accomplishment.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Houston's offense back out now, ready to go. They liked how that drive was going, but the ND and the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Enough to Chubb to start the drive. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. 16 yards on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Again, he connects with Collins. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get 13 on the pickup. And it sets up a Houston first.
Houston.
New set of downs for him from the 46. In the gun, Marks gets it. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Texans down by only 1. On 2nd down, Marks. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Gosh, I got to just be honest with you, kid. I marvel at the strength we see out of these running backs. The strength, the agility. Not that they weren't strong when I was playing, but the guys today just run right through contact at times without even blinking, and that's how you get those big chunk yard runs.
Give Kirk another one. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. It's their 1st to 3. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
First down.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Try getting it to Nico Collins. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Nico Collins, the intended target. And that brings up 4th and long.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. That one is good. And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Seahawks and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. And last drive left him in a little bit of limbo, Brock. They were happy to leave with points, obviously, but not happy that they had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Coaches love to say, on offense, let every drive end in a kick. The bronze medal's a punt, silver medal's a field goal, and now they're going to be striving for that PAT, the gold medal.
Here he is to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw it. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Elijah Arroyo, the target on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
To the left, he's got Arroyo. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
A gain of 9.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's caught. Here's Arroyo. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Now Seattle going to call it 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Got a gun. Here's Darnold. In by Arroyo on the right side. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 48. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So the Texans come away with the road win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Seattle.